Show what time it is. It's time to go ahead and get ready to rumble.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
What you guys think about my little announcer start?
That was probably the best intro we could have had. That was
I was gonna say
I was looking up for the mic and I was like,
Mitch.
bring down the mic to me. Bring it down.
That was awesome. A1.
Hey.
A
You gotta grab it like that,
plus.
You know how they grab the mic, they're like,
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to get started here. Are you ready to rumble?
It's interesting. That one's actually copyrighted along with one other phrase that I can't remember right now. It's for the UFC one.
Yeah, it's time. That's
There you go. That's the one. Yeah.
That's why I did it. I rocked them both.
Yeah. Someone was like, "Yeah, you can get like sued for that." I'm like,
you can. I owe somebody some money, so don't tell them. Don't tell them, team.
sound like a you problem. I can't be a witness.
Don't worry, Zunaid's paying it for me. I
can't
saw
be a
him
witness.
yesterday on those
can't be a
esports
witness.
videos. He was like, "Yo, what's up, man? I'm cool with Zunaid. You know
I am.
me."
Yeah, I am very cool. There's no
My boy
question
kills
about
it.
that.
I see him. I see him out there. I retweeted
appreciate
for my boy. Got to get him out there and definitely check out my man on some NBA 2K action. But let's
Appreciate
get right
it,
to the
man.
markets.
Let me go
What's
ahead and
going on
shoot this
today,
little puppy.
team? What you guys think about Netflix kicking it out the water? It's 2 million, 2.4 million.
I think the expectation was just like 1 million. So if that's the case and they doubled it, I don't know where they found the additional 1 million from, but hopefully they didn't do what Wells Fargo did. But here I can go ahead and share my charts to kind of just get us started. And you've got Netflix. So the reason I have this, so let's go full screen on this bad boy. The reason I have that little yellow line is because of a bit of a gap that we have right over here. It's from the last few times that they reported earnings. You saw the gap down. And so to me, now if we go to the 10-minute, you can see that they're clearly in the gap, but you can see a little bit of a sell-off happening. I am ready to buy Netflix to the long side if it wants to get around the 250-230 area or so. Because if the market participates, I would not be surprised if we try to go ahead and fill the gap. And even if we get to 300, that's still a 40-point move from where we are right now. But no idea if that'll happen or not. But for now, you know where your levels are, right? You know you've got this little 280 area where Netflix went ahead and stopped yesterday after hours. And then you also know that for today, you've got this 275 area where Netflix hit a high in the pre-market as well. So that's what I've got on Netflix. I have no interest unless we go ahead and get to around the 252 area to try to go ahead and buy some calls and go long. And I have no interest to go short unless we get to about 275. I would ideally prefer 280, to be honest, because here's how I see it, right? If you go ahead and if you try to go long with the break of 275, you've only got maybe a few points here till your next resistance. So it's not the best risk reward unless you go ahead and wait for a 280 crack. Then you could possibly have up to 300, right? So that's why to me, I'd rather wait till 280. That way I can go ahead and scale some out along the way. But that's what I've got on Netflix. Moving on over to the SPY. What a beauty this one was. I mean, you can see all of these. Let me go to the 1-minute chart. Yesterday on SPY, you guys know I got a little too happy with my new little toy here with TradeStation. You can just see we were just scalping SPY to the short side, scalping it. The one time I tried to go long here, I think I lost money on this one, but regardless, we're probably going to look to do a similar thing where it's like we're going to be patient, we're going to see what's what, and just try to get some quick scalps, right? Maybe 50 cents here and there, and just try to get some movement if we possibly can on SPY. Looking at the levels, however, let's go back here. You can have, I think it was a 368, wasn't it? I don't know why my lines keep moving. Where is it? There you go. Here's why I'm a little upset at myself, though, because if you go ahead and take a look at the 5-minute, you can see right over here, this was resistance on SPY 2 days ago, trading-wise. 2 days ago, you had resistance, and it finally popped above, right? So the reason I'm annoyed is because I can't believe either I didn't have it or sometimes TradingView doesn't save my lines and whatnot. that's exactly where it bounced from. And I knew that was a level I wanted to look out for. But for some reason, this is a level I paid attention to. I don't know. It was a whole mess. But main story here, look left, recognize where you have a little bit of support and resistance. And you can see that's exactly where it bounced from. And matter of fact, you can see that's kind of where it is right now. So we will see if it's able to hold this area of support or not. But if it doesn't, I think you can go ahead and see at least 365 will be the next level that I would have as resistance. So part of me wants to go long with the stop loss short down here, but not going to really rush anything probably at the open. But you guys know me. Sometimes I'm just too anxious, and I will get into a trade. So we'll see how that one works out for me. Looking at the Qs here, the same story here. You've got it near resistance, or you've got it coming near support here at this 269 area. I personally don't have any interest on the Qs. I haven't played it in a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and just wait on the SPY. What is the setting on TradingView? I'm not sure what you mean, but if you want to quickly take a screenshot, here are my indicators, I guess. The leading EMA cloud, the 5 and the 13, opening range breakout on the 30-minute, and VWAP is the yellow line that you're seeing right there. If you have anything else as we start the show, you can feel free to ask, and I'll try to answer them as things slow down in the stock market. Taking a look at Tesla. Tesla, you can go ahead and see that you had a top of about 230 is what we got here. So I'm going to move my little line down there, and then we're going to move this little puppy down right over here to about 217 or so. So Tesla, and you can see 224 is where you had the highs after hours yesterday. So now we go ahead and see if we want to go ahead and break that. I would ideally like for 215 to crack before I go short personally. But we'll see what type of range we can get on Tesla. I would not be surprised. Again, I don't know if we have any Fed stuff or not. I'll let the more adult individuals here tell me about any economic stuff that might be coming out, especially because it's Wednesday. I know there's always some random shenanigans that stop me out. But taking a look at Nvda, no real interest here whatsoever. AMD, we were waiting for $50 to come on down so we can go ahead and purchase some. As you can see, it never really came. So no real interest on AMD for me at all. It almost went ahead and broke out of this range that we talked about earlier, but still coming on down inside. Let's see if we got anything on Coinbase. Short after 70 to the break, but now the only spot that I've got is 60. Let's check out the daily on this and see if we can find anything cool. Yeah, you can see continuously you have support at this $60 on Coinbase. So if this 60 cracks, put a little alert there. If this 60 cracks, I think we can continue to the downside and see maybe 55 and possibly sometime even $50. And when it comes to $50, you can see right over here, you had a bounce once, twice, and then to the upside we went. So keep an eye on that. If it cracks 60, I think you've got yourself a 10-point move ready to go. What are the red and green shadings? Yeah, so those are the EMAs that change colors. Yeah, I understand it's a little small. I'll try to open it up a little bit. But yeah, those are just, so if you go and add this leading EMA cloud, you should have it pop up on your screen as
Zunaid,
well. What's up?
Real quick tip here. Can you go to the settings of that chart? Gear cog upper right. And then click on appearance. And then that scales text, change that from 12 to 20. And now press OK. The numbers now on the axis of your chart should be easier to see. Ultimate, I know that doesn't do anything for the red and green shading, but it should make those numbers a little bit easier to see. This is feedback that we've been getting here recently. So let me know if that's helpful at all. Zunaid, does that distract you from what you're trying to do?
I think I should. I appreciate you asking. I think I should be okay. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Awesome.
Appreciate you on that one. But yeah, matter of fact, it's all you because that's kind of all I have. Nope, I lied to you. I lied. Hang on. Let me be selfish. Let me get some more airtime here.
Don't be lying now, Zunaid.
I know. But here we go. $100. $100 on Google. How many times have we talked about this level, right? Whether it's to the short side, whether it's to the long side, we've talked about the $100. And look, yesterday we even had a trade ready to go on this one. Unfortunately, we canceled it. But of course, you can see we went short, right? Hit the VWAP, rejected, came back. We covered some. But the $100 balance, you risk 50 cents and you got to move all the way to VWAP, not just once. Oh, there's a little notification. And then it's always nice when an affiliate texts you back and they're like, yeah, I'll meet up with you later today. Thank you. But anyway, speaking of which, little tease, Ryan is going to have a great webinar coming up with Humble Trader on the 26th Ryan's going to talk about Benzinga Pro, and a Humble Trader is going to talk about all of her favorite tips and tricks on trading and stuff. We'll get you guys a YouTube link to go ahead and set as a reminder, and for you guys to share on socials as well. So just a quick little preview for you guys, a little sneak peek on what's to come next week. That'll be at 2 o'clock. But we'll remind you guys as the things get closer. And then not only did it happen once, but it happened again. The same exact thing, $100 bounce, and to the upside we go. Now, is it going to continue happening? I don't know, but I'm going to try to be patient. And I'm thinking if we crack 100 and if we test 100, I want to be short, right? That's the way I want to go ahead and play this one. So keeping an eye on Google to the downside, add a little alert there, and keeping an alert right over there to the upside as well. We'll see which way it wants to go, but I wanted to point that out because I was looking back at my stocks and what I could have had and what I didn't have, and this was one of them. And of course, on Amazon, we talked about the $15 level. As you can see, I played Amazon a few times yesterday to the long side, tried to short it. This one, did I go short? Or did I go? No, I went long and I sold it for a loss because I was waiting for this consolidation. But even at Amazon at 115, you can see the lowest it went was 114.79. So like pay attention to these whole numbers, the 10, the 20s, the 115s, the 50s, the 100s, the 500s, whatever it may be. Except, 500 hasn't come since January on some of these stocks. But yeah, pay attention to the whole number. Pay attention to VWAP. Always look left. Recognize what happens to stocks. That's how Mitch was, identifying his rule of 3 and all of that, which he was kind enough to share yesterday. But keep learning, y'all. Keep learning. And this time, Ryan, I'm going to get some water, and it's all you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I will take over here. I'll clean up some of the stuff that you left some loose ends on there. First thing I want to do is say good morning, Ashvin. Welcome. Ashvin, one of our happy hour members. Great to see you here this morning. Hopefully you're doing well. I know it's early out there in California for you. Justin, good morning. Richard Judge, good morning. Shelly, good morning as always. That's right, Shelly. Try to work on Luke to get me an Oculus because I'm probably not going to get one myself. Just some food for thought there. Now, a couple of quick things. You had talked really briefly about different economic numbers, and we've actually already got one. The two big economic numbers today are going to be the building permits and the EIA crude oil inventories. Now, the oil inventories don't happen until 10:30. Put up my screen here. By the way, using Benzinga Pro, the economics calendar, which is an incredible resource for staying on top of the different economic numbers. Pro tip, if you're a Benzinga Pro user, when you come into this calendar, just sort by importance, with 5 being at the top. The news desk is on top of a lot of these different data points. They know exactly what's going to move the market, and they classify these. So this is very easy for me to very quickly go through and figure out what time some of these economic prints are due. Now, we talked about the oil inventories. That's not going to happen until 10:30. So we'll wait for that to happen. I think we trade a lot of oil stocks here on this program, so maybe we'll have some movement or some new trades based on that print. Now, taking a look at the building permits, we had the building permits for September were 1.564 million versus an estimate of 1.53. The prior number was 1.542. So it looks like building permits are going up. U.S. housing starts for September, 1.439 million versus the 1.475 million estimate. So housing starts still going down. I don't have any trades based on the housing numbers. One of the things that I rely on, we have a real estate agent, a professional real estate agent that joins our happy hour and gives us reports on the housing market. I have no trades on the housing market right now, so this number is just another data point here, kind of showing me that housing is still weak. So we'll see where that goes. There was one other thing that you asked me to clean. Oh, I wanted to talk really briefly about Netflix, right? So we were talking about the good beat that Netflix had. And I think it's important to remember that we're already seeing the consumer tighten up. I actually expect this to happen through 2023. We're already in a recession as far as I'm concerned. I think we're going to go a little bit deeper into this recession. No, I don't think it's going to be any global financial catastrophe like 2008, but I do think things are going to get worse. And I think one of the things that you're going to see is the consumer continuing to tighten. So as far as 2023 goes and looking for stocks, we need to be able to find growth in 2023. That's going to be difficult to do with the macro environment that we find ourselves in. So as far as the way that relates to Netflix, is my hypothesis is that you're already seeing some of the consumer dial back the activities that they did this summer. A lot of people took vacations this summer. and they're starting to tighten that up, right? They're not buying as many tickets. Prices are going up. Everything's becoming more expensive. So I would imagine that the consumer continues to tighten here. And instead of going out on the weekend or going out for dinner, it might be something like you order food for your family and watch Netflix instead. And there was another comment in here earlier about how I can't remember who it was, and I'm sorry, I couldn't remember who said it, but there was a comment in here about how they're making families not share accounts anymore, which you would think would help their numbers. Netflix still relatively Netflix subscription, boy, easy for me to say, still relatively cheap amongst some of the other entertainment options out there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see people kind of dial things back and end up going with Netflix. Now, as far as today's Zunaid, we will look for some of those trades. I'm assuming you're looking for this to find a support level and then trade it to the upside, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's what we're going to look for. I think that's the smart plan here today. The other thing that I want to look for, just like yesterday, we want to pay attention to some of those ETFs that track the market. SQQQ, TQQQ, SOXL, SOXS, XPSS, XPXL. Easy for me to say. That's tough to go through all those letters. Anyway, we're going to watch those today because I think that the market is inevitably going to reverse at some point, whether it trades back up or trades back down. We'll see what happens out of the open, but we're always looking for that 1030-ish reversal. Mitch does a really good job of highlighting that. We'll probably end up watching some of those ETFs. Now, really quick, because I'm running out of time here, there are a couple of things that I want to go over here. First one is going to be HSCS. This is Heart Test Laboratories. And the reason this is on the list here this morning is because we had an exclusive with them. It says Heart Sciences tells Benzinga the American Medical Association has issued Category 3 CPT codes expected to cover AI cardiac dysfunction algorithm incorporated in MyoVista Wavelead ECG cardiac testing device. Wow, can't believe I got that one out. If you have Benzinga Pro and you want to look a little bit more into this, I would advise you expand this exclusive news post here, and it'll tell you about what happened and why this is important. So just a really brief thing here. MyoVista is Heart Sciences' first product candidate for FDA de novo clearance. It's a resting 12-lead ECG designed to provide diagnostic information related to cardiac dysfunction. Why is this important? These codes facilitate emerging technologies use, adoption, and potential reimbursement. So I don't know if this stock is actually going to trade up today, but I do know from previous experience that things related to the heart and cardiac symptoms and things of that nature often get movement. We'll see if we can get some action here. One of the things I'd really like to see is an influx in volume. So we're not seeing that yet, but remember, this was exclusive, so it went out to the Benzinga community first. We'll see what happens as that news gets digested over the course of the regular day. Looking at the chart here, the big level that jumps off to me is this double top here at 197. I'd love for us to trade up almost 30 cents, attack that 2 line, perhaps bust above. We could have a pretty good trade on our hands. So that's one of the things we're going to be watching. Now, going back to the movers tool here, we got a lot of penny stocks on the list here today. So not a whole lot of targets that I really like, but I'm going to roll through them here real quickly because frankly, they've been working recently. So if you're taking some of these trades, just make sure you manage your capital and make sure you book your profits if you get them. First one here is going to be RDHL. This is Red Hill Biopharma. We do have the catalyst. Shares are trading higher if the company announced an oral broad-acting antiviral. I'm not even going to try that one, guys. Was granted a new COVID-19 treatment patent. So this using COVID-19 in the actual catalyst here, we're up considerably. We're up 82% here today. What I'd really like to see here is a pullback. As always, pullback towards that VWAP. We have a VWAP right now of 73.8. So let's just call it 74. Pullback towards 75, 74 would be great. If we can find support, maybe we can trade up from there. Couple more penny stocks of note. KTRA, therapeutic company that's bled back most of its gains here this morning from the second leg up. SNES. I feel like this one has actually been on the Twitter streets as well as the scanner. Maybe not recently, but I recognize this ticker here. ZVO, this is Zovio. This is another penny stock where we went right back to yesterday's intraday high, that area, and we're kind of bled back down from that. So as far as a trade goes here, would really like to see a move through 29 cents and a build above for higher. We do have the high here at 34 cents. That was yesterday's intraday high, which we were unable to get over. Now, that does it for the penny stocks. Good luck if you trade them. I will be avoiding those. Next ones that we have here are MNTV. This is Momentive Global. We do have a catalyst here. Momentive Global shares are trading higher following a Bloomberg report suggesting the company is considering a sale after recent takeover interest. So this is interesting because the sale's not done yet. Nothing's been agreed. Nothing's for sure, but there's interest. So sometimes with these plays, the way that these actually make money is in some cases, you'll have competing bids, or you'll have headlines that'll go back and forth about deal might not go through, regulators unsure, whatever the case is. That can provide for some trading opportunity here. So let's watch the news flow on this. You can still trade it off the technicals in the meantime, but if you are trading this name, make sure you keep your ears open for any other type of news about other companies interested, the bid going up or down or anything like that. It's absolutely going to have an effect on the price. What I'd like to see here, again, is a hold. We're actually currently just above the VWAP, so that's good. We open here in 3 minutes. Boy, I got to speed up. We open here in 3 minutes. Let's see if we get a push off that VWAP. I really do want this to find support. We're fairly extended here, up 17% in the pre-market. Next one here is going to be Sobr, and this one's super simple, right? This has been on the scanner a number of different days. I drew 0 new lines today. All of the lines that you see on my chart are for the last time that we've actually charted this name, and you can see it's going right back into those zones. This one's pretty clear for me. I'd love to see this make a move towards the VWAP, break above 316, VWAP at 318. We can clear out that area. Maybe we can move towards that 345, 350 area. Zunaid already covered Netflix like a glove, so I'm not going to go into that. Mullen's up here, but you guys all know what we feel about Mullen. So that does it. Where's Mitch? I left him what? I did it. I left him a minute 18, and he's not even here. Oh, poor Mitch.
Well, while we wait for Mitch to come on up and just taking a look at Google here, it's kind of starting to crack 100. So I'm deciding to be a brave soul and assume, and you know what they say about people who assume,
to get to 90.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, for now, this time it might just be
myself.
me. I'm gonna see if it wants to bounce here from 99.55. This is just a fun play. I'm not taking it on E-Trade. I'm just trying to set a little bit of fun stuff out, see if it works out in my favor or not. But you can see at the moment it's bouncing from the 100. And what was great about it was the previous close was 99.97 2 days ago, and that's why the $100 level was so key for me. And let's take a look at SPY because I'm sure that's closer to the bottom side here as well. Looking to possibly come to the downside. We'll see how it wants to behave. That 370 could be an area for rejection, but it's not as clean as one would like. Where's the boot camp? There is no boot camp today. Make sure you follow us on social media. We'll keep you updated on the next boot camp that comes through. You should be getting an email from us as well if you've signed up for that type of information. So we'll see what happens here. We've got less than a minute left to go in the market as you've got SPY currently at 368.96. Now at 369. Curious to see what happens at this 370, but I will not be playing it. And off we go. My attention goes to Google. You like that? Drum roll?
Well, Mitch is clapping, but I can't hear anything, so I don't know if he's actually excited. All right, here we go. Good luck, folks.
Are you actually excited, Mitch? I can't tell. You excited for the markets, pal? I hear him breathing. As Mike works.
I am not going to be insensitive right now. I was going to say something that was insensitive. Better me today.
I like.
All
how
right.
Wait, yeah. All right. Oh, look at that. Google looking to come on down. Come on.
SPY getting a little bounce.
Stop loss is going to be
a little bounce on the SPY.
RDHL first move is a try for higher. Same with MNTV, but they're pulling here. I'm going to wait for this to settle. I'm not thrilled with the action here out of the gate. Those pennies are moving here. Netflix is starting to curl here, so almost wondering if we should take this here, Zunaid.
What about Tesla today?
Tesla earnings after the bell.
Patience.
Keep that in mind. Tesla and IBM, your big prints today.
I like Tesla. I like the Tesla today.
To the long side, to the downside, what do you like it?
I like it to the upside today and then get swept on earnings.
Cool.
Netflix back to its VWAP. Let's see if it can cross here. For a Netflix, I'd be looking to trade options on Netflix, by the way.
Long Tesla.
I'd be looking at the this week's, so October 21st expiry, 275s, currently a 505 ask. I'd be looking for that on a break above the VWAP here. I'm kind of wondering if Netflix is going to pull back a little bit here.
219.88 Tesla entry.
I'm gonna look to go short here on Google just to start us off. See if we can get a little bit of some. My stop loss is going to be closer to the 101 crack though, so I'm gonna look to sell some more around here.
Might be good if I share my screen.
That would be pretty helpful.
Red Hill highs. That's the penny stock du jour here today.
Ooh. Tesla getting.
This is what we were worried about on Netflix, a breakdown after that initial curl. This is why we were waiting for things to settle, folks.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. I want to see it really break and close below 219s here on Tesla. It's already
Amazon
breaking.
lows,
Needs to
Apple
recover.
highs. Interesting divergence there. Netflix low, or excuse me, Tesla lows.
Yeah. I'm watching it right now to see if it can recover. There's a couple of seconds left on this 1 minute candle. And it recovers right on the dot. Now let's see it. See the next move.
Yeah, you got the market making new highs possibly here. If it cracks that 370, we talked about that level earlier to see what it does. And what it does is crawl to the upside. I'm going to look to add to my short here at 144 and then 171. Matter of fact, let me go to E-Trade and see if I can get some options.
Hertz Scrambler looking at ZYME. That rings a bell. What's going on with ZYME, Hertz?
Baba says Naveen.
Jazz. Okay, exclusive licensing agreement with Jazz Pharmaceuticals. Interesting. All right, so we do have a catalyst there.
All right, getting a little spike there in Tesla. Want to see it try to take out the high. There we go. There's a nice little break. Selling half on that break. Just sold half there. Now looking for the real push in Tesla. Show you guys that trade here. Came down, closed right off the risk, then pushed up through. Now Tesla trying to push.
RDHL, big pullback here. It was trying to snap that 95 level, yanked all the way back to 88. These are why some of these penny stocks are difficult. We saw this yesterday on a non-penny stock, so it's possible that it happened, but that happened on the back of an offering midday. So Red Hill here, huge pullback from an attempt to break that 95 spot. Stopping at 95, definitely going to be your spot here. Need this to pull back, would love for this to pull back to the VWAP. 81 cents, your VWAP.
There we go. Looking for a move to 223s, about there. 224 is the resistance, but I might take 223s. Right now at around 222 on Tesla. Looking for another point.
Looking to add to the short at 177 on Google. I tried to go short the SPY at 370.98, but it looks like it didn't want to go all the way up there.
I see Sobr here. Sobr moving. Sobr really flirting with its VWAP, pulling back now. Interesting thing about Sobr here, break above 325, I think sends us to that 350 area. Dan, if you're out there, I'd love to hear what your downside stop or add level here is on Sobr. You've been really spot on with that. Mine looks to be about, what, 290, 292? No position in Sobr right now. No position. We're in no man's land right now. This is not a time to buy it.
Whoa. Did that news just hit? I like this JetBlue. Appreciate you, Martine, bringing it up. Looking at it right now. Nice little setup here. It looks like Spirit announced stockholder approval merger agreement with JetBlue.
You know, we got good earnings from American Airlines yesterday. JetBlue was up on the back of that. And it looks like this PR has taken us back to that level it stopped in the post market, or in the after hours, excuse me.
This is interesting here.
I do have my stop on Google set at 101.05. At the crack of that, I will be out. My average price on the short is 139, and I am currently down $50 on the trade.
Ooh, Voodoo house projects. I'm very into the do-it-yourself projects. I'd love to hear what you're doing. Dan, or Sobr doesn't look great. Plus, locates are all taken. Okay, thank you very much.
Tesla rejecting from above the 222s, 06 high right now, 222.20s, trying to get it to 223s, pulling back right now. See if it goes to VWAP or does it keep breaking through the highs?
I'm going to see if I can be cute and get a VWAP bounce for maybe 30, 40, 50 cents. But for now, this Google is going to stop me out.
I like this JetBlue. It's just kind of small right now and not moving much, but it looks interesting for me, even for like a swing trade.
I'm not seeing many alerts on the options side either.
Stay out of it.
I'm seeing unusual options in the airlines again. The American Airlines 17 and 18 call here going off.
What's
That's
that,
what
AAL?
I'm thinking.
Yeah, AAL.
That's why I like that JetBlue with that just sneaky news that came in at 9:16. I mean, it's a sneaky time to put in some news.
Well, here's the SPY coming down again. I'm going to try a cute little scalp here at 369.66s and 369.53s. Just a little VWAP bounce if I can get it.
Looking for a pullback to VWAP here. Don't want to overextend. If I got in here in JetBlue, I'd have to add immediately when I get to 7.5. The big thing for me, I think that JetBlue move probably has a move towards maybe 7.25s today, and then could continue if you wanted to swing it to like 7.50s. So you're risking maybe 25 cents down for 50 cents up. It's not the best swing trade for me. I like bigger returns on swing trades where I feel like I can get maybe like if I knew this was going to 8. That makes a little bit more sense. That's a 4-to-1 return.
Here's
Voodoo.
Google coming down.
Sorry,
What's
go
up?
ahead.
Go
No,
ahead. That's all
this has nothing to do with trading. So it's
nothing. Here's Google coming down to my almost break-even price of 139. You can see I almost got stopped out, but we're good here. But now, is it going to bounce from VWAP or not? I have no idea. But VWAP is literally where we are at break-even. So this isn't the best setup for us now, but we're in the trade. We're going to stick with it. And we're trying to scalp a little bit of SPY again from VWAP if we can possibly do it. But we're not sure. The short would have worked out, but TradeStation doesn't let me set orders for a short and also a long. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but here we go.
You can't do OCO?
Not at least not from Trading View. Let me not say TradeStation. So like, for example, if I've got a buy order here and if I want to go ahead and say sell 50, shares of SPY here, it will reject the order down here. You can see box positions are not permitted because I have an existing buy order.
Okay.
So that's why on E-Trade, I'll try to place a short and things like that. But
yeah,
anyway.
Tesla bouncing VWAP.
Netflix doing exactly what we would hoped here. It was sorry, I have it on a different screen for options. Netflix doing exactly what we hoped here, right? Found some footing. I was late to it because I took it off my screen and looked at something else. And then we ended up busting through that VWAP. So those contracts that we were looking at 450 are currently at 640 ask, 615 bid. So huge bummer here. Sorry about that. Ended up not taking this trade. That would have been an easy 50% in a matter of 20 minutes here. Zunaid, you're putting Netflix on the spot and your breakdown allowed me to come up with that plan. Worked. I just didn't.
Well, here's what's happening in Netflix. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go ahead and possibly enter that trade. Let me just go ahead and stopped out here, please. Give me a cool. I got stopped out of my SPY. You've got Netflix 280 calls coming in on the ask expiring this week, approximately almost $1 million worth. And by the way, if we just went ahead and took an out on Google, we made money on that side of things. So let's go ahead and focus in on a little bit of Netflix. I'm going to see if we can go ahead and grab some shares here on Netflix. Just a little small size. Eeny, meeny, especially because the market's coming down. I don't trust it too much.
Yeah, that's what got me out of Tesla. I didn't like the market there. Tesla coming back to support. Took my small gain.
Shit. I forgot to...
Small gain there, Tesla. Really small. Almost a break-even trade.
On Netflix, though, yeah, like I said, why can't I just, you know what? This thing is so annoying. I'm trying to make this like a lighter shade, and it just is not helping me out here. Whatever, bro. There we go. You can see Netflix kind of consolidating here. I'm going to take a little bit of a crack to start us off here.
Yeah, Sydney, kind of chiming in here on what we were talking about earlier. I didn't mention the cold winter being caused by energy prices, but that's another good point to add to this. The consumer tightening up and staying at home and using their Netflix subscription as their primary source of entertainment actually goes well on the back of of a very, very cold and hard winter because of the high energy prices. So I think that can play into this too. Really, the only question is if the market really turns around, is that going to be enough to save Netflix? So we're talking about day trades here, real short-term trades, but I know some people really like to swing this. So it's just something to consider. It's a good call there, though, Sid. Yeah, Crow, I don't see a whole lot either. You got some pretty sharp eyes. You've been on it this week. I'm in the same boat, man. I don't see a whole lot. Sorry, Mitch. Go ahead.
I agree to that. Not seeing much. SPY coming back here. Let's see if it cracks. I want to see if it's going to go red. It's going to crack through 368. Right now, it's just kind of holding on to the support. Could give another ramp up. Let's take a look at the sectors out there. What's into the green? Well, you got energy into the green. Big rip there. XOM, big rip. Nice day for it today. Let's look for a nice pullback back towards 102. I'm going to be looking for a pullback on XOM. It's a nice little push. 102.33s. Let's see if we can get back towards those levels.
Netflix looking to go high a day here.
Sobr crossing through the VWAP.
And Netflix does go high a day here.
Remember, 325. That's spot on Sobr.
We've got a solid $50 on 25 shares on Netflix. I should have taken this on E-Trade, but it's fine. My stop loss on this one, though, is going to be down here. So I'm looking to take profits at around 274.50s if I can on Netflix, and the stop loss is going to be 266.29. Currently trading at 272.62. My entry is on the dot at 270. So we're about $2 away from making some money. We're up $50 on a simple 25 shares. And by the way, on Google, I do have a sell short order ready to go at 99.97 and again at 127 and 172. So kind of scaling into the short like we did last time. It worked out very well. We'll see if it works out well here for us on Google.
VWAP, if you guys want to take a look at that, Oxy, looking interesting. Oil plays definitely pulling back there. Getting your opportunity if you think oil is going to keep going into the green. Wanted to take a look at WTI today. Was getting a nice bounce back this morning. Want to see how it's doing right now. It pulled back a little bit there right before the bell, but now bouncing back.
Sobr having a tough time moving through its VWAP. It's hanging right beneath it. Part of me wants to take a small position here, but I feel like we might get a rejection off that as this is effectively building below the VWAP. Does have really good volume. Good shout from earlier. So we'll see. We'll see if this can actually get strong.
And there's Google to head it to the downside. I'm going to focus on the SPY as I'm sure that's coming down as well. Sure is.
Becca, good call here on SNES. I wasn't watching it because of the penny play, but if you take a look at this chart here, it did have a crazy move and actually a fairly decent trade setup here, right? Had a little bit of a dip out of the bottom. We see the expanding volume, and we see that expanding volume correlate with a move through the VWAP here. So that would have been an entry, about 38 cents here on the VWAP. It's went as high as, what, 56 cents. So a pretty decent trade in there for being such a low price stock. Maybe we get a little bit of curl. Move through 49 here, maybe to the long side.
And here on Netflix, it's looking to make highs. It's kind of weird as I'm trying to go short Google, but also long Netflix is a little weird. But those options that came in the 280s expiring this week for almost $1 million, it definitely has me intrigued.
Sobr now above the VWAP, trying to build above this VWAP. If it does this for long enough, I think a move through 325 sends it. They're taking some of the size here at 319. They just filled it up again.
Starter on XOM, 102.32s.
Mitch, what are you looking for on the crude inventories playing oil? Or are you going to be out of that trade, do you think, prior to that print?
I mean, that print's going to change everything up, but I think it just all depends on how green I'm in a position. Sometimes if I have a good enough cushion, I don't mind it, and I'll just wait. But it also is another thing that just maybe run towards the profits. I just like the daily chart of XOM, but that could always change with some data coming in, right? I want to add to this position here around the 102.33s. I got 102.32s on my first entry. Willing for it to come back down, though, towards that 102 even, but that 102.33 is a big resistance starting to act as support. Let's see if it takes out the 103s to the upside.
On the Netflix, we're at high a day. You can see it's kind of like a 2-to-1 trade here for me on the right hand side. If I go ahead and lose, I lose about $60. If I go ahead and win, I win about $112 here. We're about $1 away from our take profit. I swear, if I don't get it, you know what? I'm gonna move this just a little bit lower. There we go. Yeah, we're about still $1 away. I just didn't want to go ahead and get clapped on that one. Pause. I don't know why I said that, but let's see. Let's see if Netflix works out for us here. On the long
we're really
side.
struggling to break out of that area around its VWAP. Glad we waited here. This would have just been a grinder trade, and now a pop right back up to 321. It feels like it wants to move. Volume is expanding a little bit here on Sobr.
LMAO on a little bit of movement here, looks like. Yeah, I mean, if I could get this near 10, that'd be cool, because this is going to be a mover, no question about it. Can easily go up 2, go 2 down. I'm not interested in this one, but the fact that it's near VWAP, if you say, for example, if your share size is about 100 shares, right, you can go ahead and add 25 here, add 25 at $11, and then add another 50 at $10, and kind of scale in that way possibly, and then a crack of 9, you go ahead and get out. It's similar to what I did on the Google short, right? I kind of added, built my position, and then kind of went a little bit to the downside, and it worked out for us. But I'm a little worried because I'm long Netflix and I'm short the SPY, but I feel like I should just take profit on SPY. But here we go. Netflix, come on. You're like $1 away. Can you please just take it? Just take it. Come on. This is the part I hate, where it's like you're in the money. You're like, hey, what's another $20? I should just close it out right here.
Adding to XOM now towards 102.17s.
The market's making new lows. I don't have patience. I'm going to go ahead and close this. All right, close it out, Netflix. Closed out Netflix at 273.76. Yep, made about $80 on 25 shares, y'all. 25 shares. That's all it was. And now the market's making new lows. Let's go.
You don't need many shares to make money. That's what people don't realize a lot of the times.
Well,
and the other thing is, Mitch, one of the other things people don't realize is you don't need to make a whole lot in one shot, right? You can live off that $80 if you have a consistent process that allows you to do that multiple times a day, every day that you work. So there's multiple ways to get this done, and you know, that was a really good setup. For full disclosure here, I felt like I was chasing, and it's continued to go higher here. Those contracts that we were looking at 450 are now 850 ask, so almost 100% on there. Chasing, we would have bought them if we had chased, we would have bought them at like what, 620, 630.
Yeah.
And so we got another $2 here on those contracts.
By the way, the Netflix absolutely hit my targets, but you know, my impatient ass missed out on $15-20. But look, here's why we took Netflix, right? You felt like you were chasing. The reason I went ahead and took it, you can see on this blue candle here, went ahead and bought shares right near VWAP, and my stop loss was going to be below VWAP. And like I told you guys, it was a 2-to-1 trade. So if I was wrong, I was going to lose approximately $60 on it, and if I was right, I was going to make about $112 on it. So it was a 2-to-1 trade for me, and thankfully it worked out. I just let the VWAP be my guidance to get in at a proper position, and my levels have kind of worked out on the 275.63. Look at that. That's exactly where it kind of is hindered right now. And if it breaks above it, you can see the 279.05s, and there's a crack above 276. So my first target already hit. I know I wasn't going to try to swing 5 shares. I didn't care enough that much, and I don't have this trade on E-Trade. So, you know, to the long side we go. Now here's SPY coming right back. Now I'm interested to see what Google is doing, because you can see I still have these shorts ready to go. And look at that. I missed it by, what is that? 5 cents. I missed the short to the downside. That would have been a beauty of a trade there. Looks like you're getting a little bit more of a Netflix call buying for the 285s now coming in. So Netflix can absolutely be strong if the market decides to bounce back. Just keep an eye on Netflix, ticker NFLX. And here's SPY testing VWAP right now.
What's the
Kava,
ticker?
good shout there, Bring Bacon.
SPY.
Kava took out its pre-market high at 117.
What in the world just happened?
ISRG coming back to its VWAP after its strong earnings report last night.
Yes, Michael. That
Yep.
is one of the biggest things, and anyone can read it for themselves. What most people end up learning.
Yeah, dude. $300 a day ends up being I think like 70,000 or something like that.
Put it this way, it's not a bad little extra, especially
$75,600. Like, come on.
You don't need to be making thousands.
Yeah.
And as far as SPY goes, real quick, I know, Zunaid, you're doing a good job of trading it here, but as far as SPY goes, looking at the line here, 368, this is going to be our spot in the sand, right? We broke beneath that briefly yesterday. We immediately rebounded. We back tested it and held. Now we tested it once today here and held. So the question will really be, what happens the next time we go to 368? Do we break below? This is one of the reasons why we're going to kind of watch some of those ETFs as well. Although I haven't got any clear direction on trading those ETFs yet. So I'm trying to stay disciplined here and stick with some of the smaller caps. Sobr looks like it might be making a move now here. Let's check out Sobr. Really needs to break above this 325. Might take a little here and put a tight stop on it. Stop at 312 from 321. We need to break a 325 here. This is what we're looking to break, and then 346 would be our spot.
Trying to get a recovery here in XOM above 102.33s. That's where it really starts getting back into the uptrend.
Come on, Sobr. Take out this 324.
Sobr! Don't get sober anymore.
What was I about to say? Oh, Angelica. Appreciate you with the super sticker and the donation. Again, you absolutely don't need to do that, but we absolutely appreciate your support. What we do want from y'all is just to smash the like, help Mitch out, help us out, make us look good when we have our little meetings. It'd be very, very helpful. Help us out there. You can see I'm trying a quick little scalp on SPY, just short 50 shares. I'm short at 369.14, looking to take profits at 368.22 because Ryan, you and I are on the same page of that 368 being the line in the sand.
Yep.
So I'm hoping for it to come on back down and test it. But if the SPY goes up to 370.06, I will go ahead and get out of this trade. And of course, I'm still looking to go short Google at 99.97. Missed that trade by 4 cents, even though it gave us a 50-cent move to the downside. And look at that, bounce right for my level of 99.31. Here's the SPY battling VWAP to the near under it. Looking to possibly pack itself to the upside. If it goes above 370.06, I will get stopped out on my short.
All right, having XOM back above VWAP now. Let's see if it can hold VWAP.
Matter of fact, let me go. And come on, SPY, don't do it. Don't do it.
There goes Sobr, right through 325 up to 322 or 332 in the pull and stopped out. We got a pop, but I had too tight of a stop. Lesson learned. 0 for 1 today. Bummer. That move that we were waiting for happened so fast and just a nasty pull. So I was actually talking to Dan about, let me go back here. Real quick. I was actually talking with Ripon DT about this, just about some of the strategy for trading some of these smaller cap names. That thing sold off right to where my stop was. Totally got stop hunted. One of the things that we were discussing is that these breaks above these key levels that we're watching for, they haven't been working all that well because the market still sells into these pops in almost every name. So what I was trying to do here is play for this break above. I did get the break above, but I didn't get enough movement to close the trade. partly because my position size was reduced, and they immediately yanked after that break and flushed me out on the stop here. So I'm going to wait for this to set up again. I think the next time I try Sobr, it'll be on that curl. Remember, I was talking about this battling at the VWAP, didn't want to take it until that cleared. That cleared, but still just kind of a little late to it. Kind of a bummer here. Got the setup that we wanted, didn't get the performance of the stock that we wanted. And I had actually just discussed this with one of the members here. So bummer on Sobr. We'll wait for this to set up again.
SPY now starting to work in our favor, but our profit taking is about 30 cents away on SPY. On the E-Trade side, the options that I have are February 17th, 366 puts. I got filled at 2018.
LMT continuing. Ooh, Lockheed continuing. One of the strongest stocks yesterday, continuing strong. And that is a beautiful daily chart.
Sure is.
I was looking at this and talking about it on the weekly before the earnings. Could we get back above 400? It's already at 437. This is why I like those types of patterns right there. It was a beautiful setup going into earnings.
Angelic, I'm sorry. I didn't even see. Sorry, real quick. From the super sticker, I didn't even see your JPM wanting us to take a look at that. My apologies. So it clearly is looking to be in a range, right? You can see the previous close acting as a resistance right now at the 118.84. You said you have a 117 short put. So me, if it goes ahead and breaks this 118.84, aka if it cracks 119 to the upside, I would go ahead and get out because then it could try to make its move to the upside there towards the 120s or so is my 2 cents. And then depending on where you got your entry, maybe start to scale out when it gets to 117.60 because you can see that's low a day and it's kind of bounced from there 2 times by now and it's above VWAP. So that's what I would do if I was in the trade. But keep in mind, I don't know where your entry is. I don't know where your expiration is. So I don't know what your cost is and all of that, but just keeping an eye on where I would look to get in, get out. That's what I have. And I hope it works out on a profitable trade for you. SPY almost hit our target, missed it by 16 cents. Lovely.
All right. Took some profits there in XOM on that push. Now I want to see if it can get that next push towards the high, and it needs to come all the way above the 103 towards the 103.18s. Then I can take that last profit. We'll see what happens here. Does it come back to VWAP? Definitely want to see it hold that. If it starts breaking down there, I'll just take the rest of the profit.
What do you guys think about Tesla earnings tonight? Do either of you have a read on that at all?
Nope, not me.
Elon knows.
I do not care.
In Tesla situation, I think it's just going to be a matter of just kind of, I mean, I don't think their numbers are going to be too far off. The deliveries weren't that bad. They were just off a little bit. I think they'll just be in line. The big thing is the forward guidance. What do they give forward look? And will they be able to kind of say that they're going to meet their year-end goals on vehicles deliveries? That's probably what you're looking at. Then look to see if you hear any talk, of course, on the Cybertruck and the semi-truck. They're going to maybe mention how they were going to deliver to Pepsi. Pepsi's supposed to get some deliveries of some Tesla semi-trucks. I need to see that. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Tesla. Yeah, some true fleet delivery.
I look at the Cybertruck as a negative. That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. But that's just my own personal opinion. I'm sure.
I think we're now in the culture where it's like ugly is good because it's like, oh my God, I have not necessarily ugly is good, but it won't matter because it's like, hey, I've got one of the first Cybertrucks out there. Look at me. Yeah. Right. And by the way, we're about maybe 17 cents away from our short being covered.
Just to show it off.
Target, please. Come on.
Show it off society. Is that what you're saying?
Bro, we've been a show-off society since social media came, and then we've been that way since humans. We're humans.
It's called the Joneses.
Ali says that's more than ugly.
You don't know the Joneses?
I don't. Nope.
Nah,
nope.
You weren't around that time.
I was not.
Really quickly, I do want to highlight this comment here because this is one of the reasons why you see me doing some of my shorter term trades in equity as opposed to the options and why I was a little skittish on the Netflix option today. That would have been awesome. Sawyer is saying, I got screwed with Lockheed. I had a call that went to above 18. I'm assuming you're talking about the premium for about 175 and randomly stopped out after after opening at a quick fall to 20 cents out of nowhere that didn't even match the price action. So one of the things here, this is one of the reasons why I do not use hard stops in options. That bid ask can do some really funky things, and you can very quickly be stopped out of a position. Now, in your case, that's a fairly extreme one, right? $18 premium down to 20 cents. I might have heart palpitations if that happened to me. But this is one of the reasons why I do not use stops on contracts, especially the more illiquid the contract is, the more that stop is likely going to hurt you. I try to just flip those premiums on my own without using stops, which presents its own problems. Sawyer, what I would ask you is if you remember, what happened after it went to 20 cents? Did it go back to a reasonable price? Would it have put you back in profit? Those are sometimes the most frustrating trades when those happen.
Wait, it went from 18. So it was 175. Then it went to 18. Where did it fall? Like, where did you end up selling it? Like, it says quick fall to 20, but like you ended up selling it for 20 cents? Especially if you had a limit order, that's not possible.
My read on this was that he had a stop order at 20 cents. And when it hit, the mark hit 20 cents, his order executed. I don't know. I have no idea.
That's tough, dude.
He said that contract finished the day at 18.
That's tough. I am in a very small size here on CRKN.
Release the Kraken, Zunaid. Release it. Where's
bro? I have never
the Kraken.
I don't even play stocks that are like this low price, but someone in the chat brought it up, and I'm feeling a little gutsy, and I'm actually annoyed. Why am I annoyed? Because if you look at my SPY short, my take profit is literally right here at the 368.22, and the low of this candle is 368.23. So I missed it by a penny. And Ryan, you know how much that pisses me off, especially now because I might lose on this trade. Like, trying not to curse. But are you freaking kidding me? Like, bro, come on, man. Anyway.
That's part of the game. It's part of the game.
Come on, man.
But here's the thing. Here's why I can't complain. Because if you go back to Google, and you can see I'm about to go short Google at 99.97. I had a stop loss at 101.05, and Google went to 101.01, right? So it works out. It works out in both ways. I get that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be pissed about it. As now we are. By the way, I bought 500 shares at 39.89 on Kraken. I'm going to look to sell at 49 cents if I can. Stop loss is going to be below 30 for me on that one. Let's see if I want to try to go short a little bit here. Yeah,
Ahmed continues its bleed to death here today. Don't chase.
Don't chase.
SNES, a break above 50 cents might get that going. That penny stock, not in it, not trading it. ZYME, a move above 640 might get this going here. It's currently at 638.
I am short Google now at 99.95, as you've got VWAP and $100 there. I'd be surprised if this doesn't give us a 20-30 cent scalp.
God, look at the chop action on Tesla. It just looks like a sine wave.
I like this XOM setup here.
Josh Pitts with the choice TLC reference here.
Up towards 102.33s for my average on XOM, and I added there off the VWAP. It had a really nice setup off of there. Now let's see if it can really take off. Now VWAP should be our stop, at least my stop out. So I'm looking for XOM to get that next push now. The Kraken. Don't go chasing waterfalls, says Josh Pitts.
You know the TLC song, right? That wasn't before your time, was it, you youngins?
TLC.
I'm just not cultured. I don't know anything.
I'm just not cultured.
Yeah.
Lol.
Bro, I don't know anything.
Zunaid came out the box, you know.
Zunaid is a comedian. Zunaid makes me laugh. Zunaid, did you check out the NBA opening slate last night?
I did not. I was working.
I lost both my parlays.
There's XOM. Nice little move there. Let's get above that 102.80s and make our move towards 103. Let's go, oil. Because 10:30 is coming really quickly, and I'm watching that clock.
It's coming here. 24 minutes, Mitch, and counting.
Right there, what you saw there, that was a minute, but that's just because I was going in tighter on the VWAP when I saw the consolidation there on the 3-minute. I was watching it. I was like, well, it's just consolidating there. Let's go to a shorter time frame. Look for a rule of 3. That's how I was able to add there. But now it just needs to hold the VWAP. The VWAP right now is around 102.56. So we shouldn't see 102.50s break for sure. Let's see what happens here. Do we get that push or not? If we don't, then I can let it go here and it'll still be a slight profit. But I give myself a chance by adding there to really get that nice big profit if we do go into the right direction. Not going to lose a single dime on this trade now. It's just more of a matter of it actually working for me now, or I just cut it.
I am so surprised that this Google popped above 100, especially when the VWAP was right there. But this is the annoyance, man. I had $50 in the bag, missed it by a cent, and now I'm probably going to get stopped out on the SPY trade as well. It's just frustrating. Frustrating.
The choppy chop markets, man. That's what we've been in. So we stay in. Seems like.
Missed it by a penny.
What is going on CL? That is getting dumped. Colgate, Palm Olive, getting dumped on. I don't know what's going on there. You see this? Yeah, that's some nice down action.
People stop brushing their teeth. That's what happens.
Wow, AMPX, huge move.
Come on, XOM.
AMPX, huge move here, but only on like 135,000 shares of volume, so it didn't hit my scanner.
Oh, I see that mover. Look at that thing jumping on Ryan's screen. Oh, we need to go to this view. I forgot about that. Got used to it. Look at that Colgate, Palm Olive. They're just flushing that thing down the toilet. All right, let's go, XOM.
AMPX halted.
Yeah.
All right. That's APMX.
It's super low float. I mean, this move happened. I mean, let's look at the daily chart here. Let's look at the volume number. This move happened on 156,000 shares of volume. That's nothing. Just super low float on this one. That's nothing.
It's a nothing.
All right, I'm going to run to the washroom, folks. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm looking for that 103 break here for XOM. We're right near that level, so I'm about to sell out half of it as we get through that 103. It's at 102.92s. Looking for a little bit more. I just peeled off. There it is. Boom. Just grabbed out some there at 103 on XOM. And now we're through the 103s at 103.03. Now let's see if we can get to the next high that I'm looking at around 103.18s. And we can sell out the rest of it there. And boom, we're out of the trade. Good trade for us there. XOM on the day before the number hit. That's what I want to do. I want to try to get out before the number hits. Just take the profit. And then we'll reassess when the number hits. But CL still getting flushed. It's been flushed, man. That's pretty significant there. It's about almost 57 cents there in 13 minutes. Straight down hits. It looks like the bid's just getting whacked. Not sure why.
138. I'm going to go short one more time here, Google on E-Trade. I'm short at 124. My stop loss is going to be 140 crack.
Google. Google? Not Google.
Google, sorry.
Google. I don't understand why they did that to us, man. They couldn't just keep it one.
Something about, I don't know, preferred shares nonsense. I don't know. Too smart for me. But
too smart for you. I know. Too smart for me
too much.
too.
It's just too much. But here's the thing, right? You've got, this is where I don't like it, but I was surprised that Google went ahead and crossed above 100, especially because VWAP is right there. I really expected that to be resistance. I was clearly wrong. Now it's coming back to test VWAP and 100. So that should be support. But shoot, I'm okay with being wrong again if it wants to come on down.
I'll SPY. Playing with our little eyes.
I'm going to cover some on E-Trade here, just a little bit. It's only a 10-cent win, but I just wanted something.
Yeah, I'm not liking this XOM move. I'm about to just take the rest and run.
I'm going to see if I can
hills.
get some more around 100 crack, but for now, just taking a little bit.
This was able to take out some there at the 103.
Where is my damn...
Yeah, all out XOM. There's no need to be in there anymore. All out of it.
And there's the bounce on Google. Lovely.
Oh. All right, have a good cushion on the day now. Good trade into the green. We're essentially 2 for 2. Let's go. What you want to do now, SPY?
Nice job.
What you want to do now, SPY? Let's focus in on the overall market now. See what we see on SPY.
It's flirting with VWAP.
Yeah, it's flirting. Needs to give us that 370 pump if you're looking for the up move. One thing to note, though, it doesn't want to break right now to 368. So it's either going to make a big move up here or we're going to break down through 368. So I'm looking for potentially maybe it's that big move up. Let's see. Stock sell would be kind of a trade that I could do on there. It's right off the support. Doesn't look bad. ASML. Get into the green. It is into the green. SPY. Microsoft in the red, trying to hold the VWAP there. Hold it, Microsoft.
Bum, bum, bum.
It is set up in Microsoft. It looks nice.
You've got the SPY above VWAP at the moment. Again, my stop loss is 370.06. This is the most fucking Jesus Christ.
Apple
like
pushing.
Literally a penny, bro.
Tesla setting up there for another move. Upside move. I like that Tesla.
So dumb.
There you go. Just jumping Tesla.
Tesla really needs to break out of this
Tesla's
sine wave
good.
formation. 222 to the upside.
There he goes. There she goes. All right. What were we looking at? What about Netflix? Continuing. Not too bad there. You shorting Google or are you long Google?
I am short Google from 100, but unfortunately the VWAP held. And now if it goes ahead and cracks to 155, I will be out. Just a frustrating trade on that SPY, man. Listen, profits by a damn penny.
Stock sells a nice move. It's already jumping there about 20 cents. I'm going to look for a pullback here. Maybe look at Nvda, AMD, Qualcomm. Yeah, they're all ripping. Tech getting a nice lift now, guys.
All right. Went ahead and got stopped out of my Google.
QQQ at highs.
Yep.
Ooh, TQQQ.
TQQQ, sorry. I thought that's what I said.
No. I probably just missed a T. Sounds dope. Sounds dope. I'm about it. Just need a pullback on these. I hate going in like on the highs. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't long run highs. I literally take my hand off the mouse. That's when you know I don't want to do it. I'm just like hand off, Mitch.
That's exactly what happened to me on Sobr. I went in at the highs. I should have been in on the curl, and instead I took a loss. I got stopped out. Looking at Sobr here, we're back and flirting with that VWAP. I mean, man,
You see
Add
green
right
and you
around
get
3.
excited, you know. Martin wants me to take a look at Twilio. Twilio. Nice little setup for the upside. It's in a symmetrical triangle breaking out through the upside now. That's what you call a symmetrical triangle when you have two kind of trend lines that you could draw. And they're all going kind of towards the middle. So that you can use actually the rule of 3 on this pattern also, just to give you another outlook. So you're looking for moves up, moves down, move up, move down, move up, move down. Now you created that support. You hold it. And you look for the upside break. Boom. And what you want to see is closing. That's what really determines when you're out of this symmetrical triangle. So let's say if you're using a 5, still looks good on the 5, right? You want to see a 5 close towards the high here, which is towards, let's say, the 70-60. Little setup there. Stock sell continuing. Looking for some pullbacks in that stock sell. AMD pushing. Tesla is still pushing. Ooh, Tesla pulled back. It's interesting there. A lot of wicks in Tesla. That's why Tesla's so hard to trade. That's why you got to use a deeper time frame. Try to get around some of those wicks. And like a 30-minute makes sense more for Tesla than even a 15 or a 5 right now. Hourly, using that 219. That's the level I was using. But we got a couple of wicks that went below that 218, and I was like, yeah, I'm not holding on again. How did XOM do? The oil news come in yet? Almost.
Not yet.
Almost. Oxy. Utilities up also. We talked about that, right? Maybe we could get a little push there. Duke. Talked about that on pre-market prep. I was looking for maybe these utilities to get a little lift today. They're beaten down. They get a little push. Yesterday was actually a decent day for XEL. All right. Dominion. Actually used Dominion energy here.
Kraken went a high day, then came right back. I'm looking to buy some more at 35
Kraken.
cents.
What oil news?
Tejal, we're expecting the crude inventories print at 10:30 per the economics calendar in Benzinga Pro.
Yeah, that's it. That's where I get it from.
Me too. SNES knifing. Wally, I saw that you were calling it here. This looks like it's trouble. Penny stock, I'm not going to trade. Break below VWAP, looking weak, volume shrinking. No good. At least not
No
now.
bueno. No
No
bueno.
bueno.
I like buenos. Have you ever had one of those? Like little candy?
Oh yeah.
Kinder buenos.
Yeah, Kinder buenos. Yeah, they're good.
Oof, those are bad. Take those away from me.
Tesla just rejected off the top of that range that we talked about, moving back down here. Now, this sine wave on Tesla, let me bring it up here before I start going off about it. Okay, so this sine wave here in Tesla looks like this is kind of tightening up, and I would like to see that, right? The more that this tightens up, the better. Eventually, I think we're going to break. Currently looking at this 222, your upside spot. Oh, you're not going to let me get it perfectly.
I like Sobr.
OCP is not going to do.
All right, let's do one that I don't normally trade, like a Sobr. Like a Sobr.
Boom, boom, boom.
I like the hourly on Sobr. It's like really pretty.
Yeah, I liked it. It's just my plan didn't work as I had hoped, and I just ended up taking an L on it.
Can't blame you. I think it's getting ready right now.
See what we're
It's
doing
trying.
here, Sobr. There's a break above.
Right.
Watch, it's going to break above 325 and go to
I'm
346,
in.
just like I said earlier. Watch.
I'm in.
It will.
I'm in.
You're in Sobr? Let's go, Mitch.
And I bought the high, 320.
You don't sound confident. I'm not going to lie.
I hate buying highs. You know I get mad at myself. I was looking at it at 316 right now, so I bought it a little bit up. But let's go. Let's see what happens.
Buy just went red to green for a moment.
I like the hourly candles, to tell you the truth. And it's really a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day pattern on Sobr.
Quality call here. Quality call here, Urban. So let's do it real fast. We got to do a yes or no question. So we're going to do, does Mitch take an L on Sobr here? Let's go ahead and ask the 8 ball. So we got the 8 ball. We're going to go ahead and we're gonna seal Mitch's fate here together. So Magic 8 ball.
What if I get a
is
little
Mitch
pop and I
going
just
to take a
sell?
loss on the Sobr trade because he bought at the highs? Don't.
I'm looking myself.
Don't
count on it, baby.
Don't count on it, Mitch. It looks like you are ready to go.
Somehow that feels like that gave me conviction. That should not give me any conviction, team. But somehow.
But it's weird how it does. You know what's going to be funny is that the 8 ball sitting on my desk is going to tell you the right answer that I got stopped out on.
The volume decline. I hear you.
That's what I was saying earlier. I don't like that either, Bring Bacon. You're exactly right on that.
Yeah, I'll show you what I see on the hourly. So I'll show you what I see on the hourly. So hourly chart here, you get that. And I'll try to do it quick here, right? 1 up, 2 up, 3 up. Now you're holding those supports. Now we just need to get to 350. If we get through 350, I think we get through that 375 and we get like maybe a four move. I like the daily. You know what I mean? Like it has some good setups, multiple time frames. So in that end, I like it. I'll take a shot. See what happens.
Real quick, for the folks that like to play Life Risky, you've got Marvell, ticker MRVL, $40 calls coming in on the ask, expiring this week. Stock's currently trading at about 38.50s. So keep an eye on that if you like to play that to the upside.
What's going to be the risk for me is going to be 310. So I'm good with risking a 10-cent trade on this and see what happens here. We can get that breakout. And I think you get the breakout to 350 if we do get a breakout. And it'd be above 325. So that's where I want to see kind of a big pop. The volume needs to kind of adjust too. And I understand you guys in your volume. There's the 325 coming into play now.
Honestly, Mitch, if it had gotten volume on that pop to 325 right there, I think this goes.
Yeah, we want to see that volume kind of just start getting up to like something like this where it gets like 1 million on a 5 minute. So you can see the decline in volume. I just tried to show you that with the trend line there. And so we're looking for a big pop in the volume with the trend move. Doesn't mean it doesn't have to have it. Let's just be honest. With the low float stock, you don't necessarily need that much volume to move the stock, but it helps give you conviction that the move is for an extended move, like a what we call a continuation move versus just a move towards the resistance.
Tesla, good call here, Ming. Tesla broke out of its.
I'm sorry. There you
You're
go.
good. Broke out of its sine wave formation to the upside. Now it's
Finally did it.
retraced. Right as I said that, it retraced right back into that channel.
Dude, look at this. This is crazy.
Which?
The
Tesla?
Tesla,
wicks?
just
I know.
the,
Yeah, you see that?
Just the
How do you
consolidation.
trade that 5-minute chart, Zunaid?
That's what you call algos have control.
That's what I call chop.
Yeah, I call that little onion chop. They're making you cry.
Yeah, those are the algos, man. What
I mean,
human
if
is
you-
trading that right now? You're not getting the human to buy the top and sell the bottom there. The algos can even just do that within the range.
You're definitely right, because I'm definitely not looking to buy it. I'm going to look to go short here on Tesla, and my stop loss is pretty simple. It's the high of this wick, right? So if it cracks 222.84s, I'm out. So this is just a fun little scalp. I am just frustrated with my SPY trade because I missed the profits by a penny, and then it just, man, that shit was annoying. But anyway.
324. Come on. Come
We got
on.
a couple of people waiting for it. I was already stopped out of this one, but we got Crow waiting for 340. We got Mitch waiting for 350.
Sobr.
Come on, Sobr, give it to us.
Trying to get some mimosas for lunch. Come on.
So when I did tailgating, Mitch, when I was at the Michigan game on Saturday, I did screwdrivers in the morning. I did orange
There
juice
you
and
go. You just get a little screwdriver. Pinky was up on that one. I know that one for sure.
You got that right. Devin,
Ow!
great stuff this morning. You have a great day too, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for your support. Devin caught the break and retest at 272 on the Q and calling it a day. Making your goal, being disciplined, keeping the profits in your pocket. Devin, good stuff, man.
Devin, the winter that we want to see coming. Let's go.
325 Sobr. Come on, Sobr. Give it to us.
Straight to the CGC.
Let's get that pop. We just need that volume pop.
That's why I'm not even going to it right now. I want to get that like huge bar and all of a sudden go to the stock and be like, yeah, guys. But this is when you're in that no one knows moment. There's 27s. Can we do it? Take out those 30s. Come on. Little hidden seller there in the 25s. Keep selling out a little juice there. Tell them I don't want your juice right now. I want the full thing. Let's go.
We talked about Netflix at 280 calls coming in, and there it is, hitting the 279s. And again, we went ahead and traded this one from the 272s. I wanted to get back in, but I was short SPY, so I didn't want to confuse myself, but that was just tough. Just a tough day.
All right, now remember, we're going to get some EIA crude oil inventories hitting here, and its prior was 9.88 million. So we'll see what happens. What will we get today, and what will happen to the oil stocks? So if you see a little shakeup in the oil stocks in the next 2 minutes, at least we tried to give you the heads up before they hit. How is the XOM? Oh, now she blows. See, if I would have been up this high, closer to the number, I probably would have, probably would have kept it a little bit, but it's okay. We made some good trade on XOM today. Not a bad move there. Nice trade today. All right, let's go back to the Sobr. I don't know, man. I'm just like, at least I haven't really been red. I've been red like maybe a penny. Let's see what we get here.
Sober's trying, man.
He's trying. Oh, there's the volume. There's a little block. Remember how I drew that little box? Look how that box is starting to get filled. Let's see it.
I wanted to work for you, bro.
I can't look. Can't look no more. You guys tell me. Eyes
What's
closed.
the stock you're trading? What?
SOBR. The one I got flushed out on earlier today.
Eyes closed.
What's your take profit?
There is none.
Mitch wants 350. Crow wants 340. 348. 346 is the high I have on my chart.
Got it.
Pubo.
Kano, David calling out Kano here. I was watching Kano. Didn't have a good entry target on that, but this has been a huge move. Push away from the VWAP is pretty good. Not on my radar. Looking at Kano here, we'll come back to Sobr, Mitch. Don't worry. Looking at Kano here, we did have some highs here in the pre-market, 465. Remember, Kano had a massive drawdown recently, so it's possible if we trade back up into this gap, it gets a little funky. But this was on bad data, if I recall correctly, a rejection from the FDA. Let me see. I don't want to. CVS takeover speculation fails to materialize. So that sent it back down. That's one of the risks we have of these rumored takeovers. But we'll see. We'll see if this can get back going. Again, first thing I'd like to see it take out here, 465. Currently at 460 on Kano.
I'm a little bit on tilt, so I went ahead and a little funky, but I went ahead and grabbed the 366 puts expiring February 17th. I got filled at $19. My stop loss is going to be about $50. I'm hoping for this one to come on back down and test the 370 area if possible. We will see if I end
Oil
up being right.
inventories down. It looks like Beach Bum bringing in some numbers here for us. Down 1.72 million actual versus the plus 1.38 million expected. Let's see how the oil markets are reacting. How is XOM trading here? Looks like we're getting a pullback from the highs there. We'll see if it's able to hold VWAP on any pullbacks and continue the day. It's having a good daily move above the 103s. And if it can close up here, we might actually be able to get through the June highs. See what happens there. XOM trying to get back to those June highs. Not a bad day there for oil today. Sobr, come on. Come on. One of my favorite movies, Rush Hour. That's classic. You gotta love Rush Hour.
Rush Hour is a solid movie, no question. That one I have seen, Ryan.
Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2, man. My favorite.
Oh, you know what? I might do that.
My favorite scene is in Rush Hour 2 in the morning when he goes into the Triads Club and performs the Michael Jackson song. It's just, God, it makes me laugh every single time I watch it. No
there's very few movies that you could watch and still laugh.
February 17th, Richard. February 17th. My apologies. I'll do better next time. But here we go. So my risk was $50 to the downside, and right now we're only $20. So 1-to-1 has not been met. I do want this 370 to test. Now the SPY short that I have is currently at break even, but honestly, I'm just frustrated to the point where it's either going to be a solid red day or we're going to barely make it out green. That's how I see life right now. Because I'm red on E-Trade and I'm red on TradeStation here as well. Yeah, TradeStation, I'm red. By the way, Kraken is cracking to the upside as it's looking to make new highs. I was looking to buy 500 more shares here at 35 cents. That's not going to happen, so I'm going to cancel this trade. We're looking to take profits at $49. If we win this trade, we win 45. If we lose this trade, we lose 54. I am A-okay with that. Matter of fact, I'm going to move this puppy a little bit lower to help our risk reward out. So now that we're in the money that much in terms of penny move wise, I moved my stop up. That way, if I'm right, I lose 10 cents. If I'm wrong, I lose $10. If I'm right, I win 45. I don't have this on E-Trade. This is the only position I have.
Setting a stop at 312s there for me on Sobr. Not going to watch it no more. It's just taking too much of my attention. Opportunity cost. There's opportunity out there in the markets. Need to go looking. SPY held that little push today. How'd the Netflix hold up?
Netflix definitely went ahead and made the move to the upside. I believe it reached about 279s. Now, here's the thing that's concerning me on SPYs. You've got the 30-minute opening range breakout is what it's testing with the previous close right there as well. If we go ahead and close this 5-minute candle below, I believe with my hopium and no stats backing this, that we have a good chance of testing VWAP. But of course, I've got my take profits at 370.10.
Let's see if Sobr moves.
Oh yeah, let me just go to $3 so we can have all the fun in the world. All right, so there's my SPY trade. There's the Kraken trade. You know what? We'll put Mitch right in the middle. SOBR, right there it is. And I've got my CRKN right there to the right.
All right, Sobr, big spot here at 330. They got a bunch of stock there. If that pops, I think Crow gets out at 340. We'll see if Mitch gets it. They're taking some of it.
I want to look. I'll ruin it for you guys.
Mitch, this is it. I think this is it. It's either going to work or it's not going to work right here.
Should I look?
Back at 330. They've taken about a third of what was on there.
Come out.
There it goes. 336.
There we go.
Right. Let's see, Mitch.
Did you have your minute order, or what are you waiting for? Like, what's your target? Or is it just fuck it? Oh, okay.
350 at least.
All right, I like it.
Know what I mean? Like that. It's like
Mitch with the cojones tray. Yeah, well, especially because you got pre-market highs here at 345. So something to keep in mind there. But
right? Yeah, like if it gets to there, I think you'll get the little 5 cents. We'll see.
Best of luck to you, pal.
D Snoots, nice job on that Lockheed. Wow.
Ooh, Lockheed.
250% on the Lockheed call. Great trade there.
Lockheed's been killing it, man.
But they just brought in a bid on Sobr at 325. I think
That's
that
where it's
got hit
holding
too.
right now.
Sure did. That's real.
We got the volume
Yet
spike
again,
we
they cleared
needed.
it out. Okay.
But someone sold out into that 335.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna say who. Because I don't know. Literally. The Ken Griffin's algo messing with your mind.
Come on, Spy. Come on down, Spy.
Just gotta wait. Just gotta be patient in that Sobr.
Yeah.
Patience. They say patience pays.
Hose. Dig it up,
Oxy
dig
on
it
the
up,
VWAP there.
hose.
XLM is actually holding up towards the high. That's interesting. Chevron, nice move up today. That was a big VWAP bounce. Big VWAP bounce there on that Chevron trade. Show you. Look at this Chevron. Woo! That's a nice one. It's actually holding up. That's why I'm interested in maybe Oxy. When's Warren just going to buy the whole lot? He's going to take it out someday. ELO, I know Jay was watching that one earlier. I'm doing too bad. Healthcare is in the red. BTU starting to balance out here. Gonna have to see what's going to get into the green. Hold there. Financial services, how is that going? Was in the green, now pulling back. I don't know. Despite this, it's green today, but it doesn't seem strong to me. What do you guys feel?
Ryan's internet has gone down. Hopefully the Spy goes down as well and your Sobr goes up.
At least, right? Spies is kind of slow and steady today.
Yeah, and unfortunately it is. And man, I really wanted to test that VWAP, but I have no idea if it will or not. We're break even now on the Spy trade. We were down like $70. Now we're at break even. We were up $20. It probably was a blessing if I just took it. I'm okay with Spy moving sideways, but just come down. You know what I mean? Just test VWAP if you're going to do sideways action. And there is your move on Sobr now. It just keeps getting yanked. Need that support to hold at around 330.
Patience is what pays. Trying to get a mimosa. Will you get me mimosas today, Sobr? Meta and Netflix trading the same charts. Algo's messing with everyone, says Noli. Can't blame you on that one. Meta's not a bad move there. Meta. Big move up. That's holding the market up. I was wondering what kind of stock was really holding us up from the leadership. There's two stocks that are holding us up right now. Meta and Nvda.
Well, don't forget about AMD. You've got Tesla up there as well. Nvidia's up about 3%. And the biggest one, of course, a little bit of Netflix. Come on, that 15%. That'll help you out.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong there.
Kraken went from high a day of 47 cents back down to 41 cents. And again, I'm not moving. I'm looking to take profits at 49. And there's the Spy looking to break the 30-day orb to the downside. Got about 5 minutes left. Actually, I guess that candle just started on the 5 minutes.
Kraken.
Hose. Yeah, Netflix is the biggest. What? What'd you say?
No, I just wondered. I haven't heard that stock ever.
Kraken?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me neither. I have no idea. Someone in the chat mentioned it. I decided to just have a little bit of fun. There's the SPY coming down. Let's go, SPY. Come on, man. Now, look, with this EMA right here, I would want to go ahead and take some profits here at 370.42, but I'm not going to do that because mama ain't raised no. But we're going to wait for the profits at 370.10 if we get it because it's right above VWAP. And it's also where the breakout was, right? For a moment here, Mitch, I'm going to go to the 1 minute chart here. So here's the situation. You can see that it cracked up above the previous close and it came right back down, VWAP. And this 370 was an area where it had a little bit of tough time to get over. It wasn't the biggest resistance in the world, but you can see it popped above, retested it, and that held as support. And then it went to the upside, right? So I'm hoping it'll come down. And matter of fact, I might have to move this up just a smidget. So I don't have what happened to me last time happen. But there it is. I'm going to take my profits here at 370.18. Now let's go to the option side that we have on E-Trade. We purchased those at $19, and that was a February 17th. 366 puts. We got those at $19. Now they're going for about $19.50. So since my stop loss was about $1, I'm going to look to take some profits at $19.55 if I can. I've got that limit order out there. If I get it, sweet. If not, I hate everybody. And we'll see what happens with this trade. We're currently up about 2% on those option contracts, but it's $50 per contract that we're up. Now that we went ahead and broke the orb range breakout or opening range breakout on the 30-minute, I do believe we will go ahead and at least test VWAP. And for the love of God, if we could just test 370.18, I would forever be grateful. And you've got a little bit of bearish activity coming into Apple, the 144 puts coming in on the ask expiring this week, about $100,000 worth, which is not a lot for Apple. And do I want to risk it for the biscuit? Do I want to risk it for the biscuit? Just a little bit of fun.
Where's the biscuits?
Let's go. Nah, this is typically not a good one. Nah, we'll leave it alone.
Slumber day. Nah, I don't want to go for the scalpy. I don't know. I might just end it there. At least for my trading. You take that one trade in XOM, call it a day. At least, I mean, I had the other trade, the Tesla trade, but that really was kind of more break even. Sobr, come on. At least give me some mimosas. It's not looking like it wants to.
There's the trade on SPY 1955 executed on the sell side. We locked in some gains. $55 per contract, baby.
You came in there a little hot.
My bad. I was texting somebody and I got the notification that the sell went through and I just got real hyped. My apologies.
Nah, it's all good. I was just like, hey, Zunaid got excited there.
That's me. Bro, I'm telling you, after the dumb... Oh, I forgot I was short Tesla too. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. All right, I forgot we were short Tesla. I was looking at my watch list and I'm like, why does it say short next to it? The reason we went short was, remember, because of this little opening range and I saw this little pre-market action. I just wanted to go ahead and to risk it a little bit, but we can't calculate or we can't count. What is it? Can't count the chickens till they hen something? What?
Till they hatch, bro.
Till they hatch. See, till they hen. This is why
man.
I don't even look. Why am I even?
This is why we needed Ryan back on. You know,
I'm back.
Ryan, welcome back, buddy. Because well, now if the market goes up that you're back, I'm gonna need you to leave.
What happened? I see Sobr really sold off. What happened to Mitch?
Mitch is alive.
Stop hunting me, Ryan. They stopped hunting my ass. That's what happened there. I had the 312 stop. They said, okay, we'll go right back down to 311.
Brandon, this is what it is. So it's the leading EMA cloud. It was made by Ripster, or he's the one who made it famous, whatever you want to call it. But here are the settings. So I'll give you a minute to go and screenshot this, and I'll give you the inputs. So screenshot this. 3, 2, 1. Here are the inputs. 3, 2, 1. And here's the visibility.
Boom.
3, 2, 1. And of course, the leading EMA cloud 5 and the 13 is what I've got here. Oh, come on, SPY. You going to come back up on me like that? You going to come back up on me like that? Oh, bro, there's no way, Ryan. Ryan, there's no way. I'm going to throw something, Ryan. My take profit is at 370.18. The low is 370.20. I missed it by 2 cents this time, where I missed it by 1 cent earlier. Bro, Ryan, there's no way.
Don't worry, Ryan's internet gave out.
Bro, there's no way. There's no way, bro.
He's going to leave for a second. He's trying to help you out, bro. He's trying to help you out. I have mimosas. Yeah, mimosas for everyone except me. They got stopped out in Sobr. Man, they came right to my number, man. I stopped watching it. I saw that drop right to it.
Bro, there's no freaking way.
That's how it goes sometimes, my friend.
I'm
Just like
struggling
in
with my
Sobr.
internet here. Sobr right
Freaking
back to
Sobr,
325,
man.
by the way.
You see that wick? Those
Wicks
wicks are tricks. They're tricks, I tell you.
There's no way, bro.
Oh man, you freaking Sobr. Look,
Ryan, what I was complaining about before you left is I had my take profits. You know how I missed my take profit on SPY earlier today by 1 penny?
Yep.
Here, let me put up my chart. Here's my take profit on SPY at 370.18, and the low of this candle is 370.20. So I missed it by 2 cents this time, as in moved to the
So the
upside
next
50
time
cents.
that you have a level, just shrink it by 5
Bro,
cents.
I did because this one it was at 370 like 10, and I moved it up 8 cents, and I still, you know what? I'm just
You
so
needed to
tired
move
of
it
life.
up the full 10 cents.
Bro, at this point, I'm about to just take the $50 and call it a day. I'm so annoyed.
I can understand.
don't worry.
Yeah, I'm so annoyed.
It's just how the market is, my friend. Just how it goes sometimes. Meta
Oh my
continuing
God.
too. Meta giving you some strength there. New high on Meta. I'd actually like Nvda to the upside to continue there. It looks like we're getting a stronger day than we thought. SPY just holding up today. I feel like there's not going to be much today, but I think we might even just stay between the range here, between like 374, 368, not go anywhere. It's going to be that type of day, at least. I have that feeling. We'll see what happens. There's not much going on in this market, at least today. Just Netflix and a lot of watching towards what happens today with Tesla. I think a lot of people are thinking, if Tesla can come in and, kick it out the water as well, maybe we can actually turn this market around. But, of course, if Tesla comes in and just gets destroyed today, where will the SPY be opening up tomorrow? Probably closer up towards 366, 364. And we could be right back down into the 360 area. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a tough week.
Come on. I just can't, bro.
Poor Zunaid.
Well, because it's a $300 swing, right? So instead of me being up 150 on these trades, 100 here, and then the 50 that I lost earlier, instead of being up 150, I was down, or I could be down 150, and that's a $300 swing, and it's like so frustrating because of a few pennies. At that point, it's like, you know what, bro? I got you. Here you go, Zunaid. Just take the win. Somebody help me out. Snap earnings, bro. I have no idea about Snap earnings, and I remember Snap was at $6, and some people tried to short Snap to bankruptcy, and I was like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah, I don't get that trade either.
Like, where's the risk reward on that?
Snap trap.
All right, Ryan. Here we go again. I'm gonna zoom the heck out of this one. Here we go, chat. We're about 6 cents away from taking profits. 3 cents, and we took. Where's my take profit? Okay, there we go. We did it, Ryan. We did it, Ryan.
All that hand wringing for nothing as Zunaid's trade is executed. Good job staying in it.
Thank you. Now the only position I have are those puts where I'm going to go ahead and look to exit majority. Wait, what just happened here? Wait, some other trade just executed. Oh, I got stopped out as Kraken. Oh man, we were in the money by that's fine. Kraken, I'm out. Now I've only got this short on Tesla, which I'm going to look to close out here if it wants to. Here, you know what? I'm going to move this puppy up a little bit.
You move that puppy.
We're moving it up, baby. 221.13. But the SPY trade, I'm going to look to close out some here again at the 1950s if I can. And our Tesla trade, we're going to look to take profits at 221.13. 221.13. 221.13. If anyone has any trades on, let me know and I can go to that as we've got.
I am way too nervous to take new trades with the way my internet is behaving right now. Good news is that it's not landscapers cutting my line and my TV's unaffected, so it looks like it's just a hiccup.
Yeah.
But
You know, last night my internet went out and I was like, oh man, the guys are going to hate me if this doesn't come on this morning. So the first thing I did was check the internet this morning and it was fine. And I was like, yes,
yeah,
we're solid.
a lot of most, I will say, as much as I complain and as bad as the outage that I recently had was, most outages are very quickly resolved and I'm back online. But
Yeah.
the last thing I'm going to do is take some type of short-term trade only to be kicked off again. I mean, that you want to talk about being mad, Zunaid.
Oh yeah,
that
no,
would do
that's
it.
especially because you take big size because you're scalping, and there
Yep.
is SPY to the downside, and there's Tesla, and we cover our short once again. And look, you guys went ahead and saw me take small positions, and we're up $100 on this account here. So finally, I get to end my day green on TradeStation, and I say that because you best believe I'm gonna trade around a little bit in the afternoon. But on E-Trade, thanks to the SPY short, we are green once again on E-Trade as well. But, you know, just to show the power of taking small sizes, I mean, if you can average $100 a day, a trading day, that's 25,000. That's a nice little raise for some folks. For a lot of folks, forget some folks.
It better not be Klaus Schwab cutting my internet. I'm going to have big trouble. If he shows up anywhere near my place with his spacesuit, we can be fighting.
Do you have fiber or do you have
yeah, no,
Xfinity?
I have Comcast, but it's the gigabit speed connection. Ashvin saying get Starlink. I will when I move. When I move out west to a rural area, I absolutely will be getting Starlink, but right now Starlink is just massively slower than the
you can't get it in most places. Also, people think Starlink is easy to get. You have to be in a rural place right now to get it. They're not allowing it in, like, let's say like Chicago or a major city. I wish.
Thank you, Quantum.
Trust me, I'd be rocking that Starlink also.
Appreciate you, Quantum. And the risk reward was just there for the SPY trade. It worked out very well. Hit our levels, and since it didn't break out, we went short, and it worked out. Now the question is, what I do with the remaining contracts that I have here. I'm going to sell. Did it sell? Yeah, I did. So I got filled at 1960s. And I just have 2 contracts left. One of them I'm going to sell if we get a little bit of a break here to the 368.50s. And the other one, I'm going to reach down, grab them, and wait till I can get 365. Sorry for the graphic. Dun 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 dun.
Let me check on AB, and you guys can do a little wrap up on what your day consisted of.
Annoyance, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I was going to say, not a great one.
Well, are you going? Or you want us to go? Where do you go? Where do you go?
You went behind. I'll go, Zunaid. Sorry. So yeah, recap of today, or flushed out on Sobr, late on a couple of other trades. I believe AMPX was one of them. That was just really, really low volume here on AMPX. So missed a couple of them, having some internet trouble. So probably done trading for the day. One of the things I am really interested in is I want to see how the market actually trades leading into these earnings. As a quick reminder here, let me go ahead and throw. Oh, I have to share my screen because I got booted off. Right. Just a quick reminder here. Here is the earnings graphic for today. Okay, it might be a little bit laggy. So we're waiting for Tesla and IBM. Those are going to be the big ones. Lam Research will be kind of interesting on here. We might get some commentary out of Knight Transportation. That might be good. But waiting, really, the big earnings prints tonight are going to be Tesla and IBM, and we're waiting on those. So I want to see how the market trades into that. Got a pretty full day here left for BZ stuff. So I'm probably done trading until tomorrow, but I will update you.
Appreciate that, Ryan. And yeah, for me, it was an interesting day. A lot of ups and downs. You saw me cry. You saw me whine. But we went ahead and short buy. So I had a short bias, and that's what kind of almost got me in trouble. You can see here from the arrows, went ahead and tried to go short. Did I go short? I go long here. Yeah, went ahead and went short here, then covered some on the downside move. Then we tried to go short here again, but we got stopped out here, as you can see. Then we went short. Look at this. I mean, look. I'm not the greatest trader in the world, but when I have these moments, I will take them. Went ahead and shorted the top bar here, the top 1 minute wick candle at 371.55. The high was 371.80, and then it just gave us a nice little move. And we stayed patient because my stop loss was going to be right over here, right? So my stop loss was maybe about 40, what was it, maybe about 30, 40 cents to the upside. And then we went ahead and stayed patient. Great R&R. And we finally went ahead and covered here at 370.18. And now you've got SPY that's below VWAP. And of course, we went ahead and grabbed some puts at 19 bucks. We sold some at 19.50 and 19.60. And now they're trading for 19.80. We still have 2 contracts left that I'm going to try to sell around this 368.50 area, one of them. And the second one, I'm going to look to sell at the 165.50 area. But risk reward, the reason I moved money into this account is because I wanted to have a good risk reward, and I wanted to be accountable and held accountable by you guys in the chat, which is why you see me taking a much smaller size just so I can get back in the rhythm of things, because you guys know October was a disaster for me. So just looking to recoup those good habits. But before we go, the stock LMAO has been halted to the downside. So be safe when you're trading this one. And Ryan, look at that. We talked about that $10 level, and you got yourself a 50 cents bounce. Gotta love those hold numbers. Gotta love VWAP. And I love you guys for trading and the chat as well for the community. We'll see you tomorrow.
Back tomorrow.
See ya.
All right, getting the boys out of here. I'm going to hang around with you guys for a little bit before I get out of here, and we'll see what else we got for you. Like always, we're going to keep going here on Benzinga. It was a tough one. Sobr finally starting to go, and I think eventually this one probably gets going. The hourly chart looked really good. I love this hourly chart. It was one of the best hourly charts I've seen, especially in one of these cheaper names. We'll see if it eventually does get a big boom up. Right now around the 331. Stopped me out earlier, but hey, who knows if you guys are able to hang on to this one. We'll see it. ASML getting back up there today. We'll see if the SPY really does break down, or does it hold the VWAP here? It's going to be a tough one here. Let's take a look at Apple. How's that going? It's holding on to the VWAP right now. If it lets go there, we could start seeing this break down. Microsoft into the red, Google in the red, Meta having a good day. Let's see if that turns around. If that goes into the red, we got to start being careful. All right, just checking out to see what else is going on. Seeing if we're going to have, of course, some Benzinga Live coming up next, but just checking in on what's going on with AB here. Let's see what other stocks are moving. Let's take a sector outlook before we get out today. Energy leading the day. Communication services behind that. Defensives also barely into the green. Technology, I would say more unchanged right now. Healthcare leading the downside action, definitely getting hit hard in diagnostics and research stocks. So Thermo Fisher, DHR, a lot of these kind of tech names, health, diagnostics and research stocks just getting pounded. I'm sure ARKK is getting hit hard on that also. They have a lot of these that are getting hit today. And you guys can see here, EXAS, VCYT, a lot of these is getting hit hard. DNA down. TXG, this actually looks like a good opportunity for it to come back down towards the 2450s. Kind of like that outlook. A lot of these is getting hit hard. It's just starting to show that we're seeing some weakness out in the market. I think we're going to start seeing the SPY get into the red. We'll see if it cracks 368 on the day. It's a big support area there. Still in Sobr, stopped it and trigger. Hey, well, hope you stay in there, Euro. Hope you're able to get some good profits. All right, just keep on going here. We'll see real estate is down also. Basic materials in the red today. Silver down big. That means the dollar is up. Let's take a look at where the dollar is. I'm going to take a look at DXY to see if we ever get above the 114. Looks like we've been going up. We've got to a high of around 112.80s. We need to get back up through that level, even 112.90s. So let's get back. Let's see if it goes to 113. That's going to show you some continued downside action. Well, Kashkari is going to cause a meltdown. Yeah, probably. Is there some Fed speak right now going on? Let me see. Take a look at the SPY here on my Benzinga Pro. Looks like I don't see any right now, but I do see the White House says Biden administration awards includes grant to develop enough battery grade lithium to supply 2 million EVs annually. Okay. Maybe some lithium stocks can turn around. LAC. Not a bad one to keep watch. We'll see what happens there. Coal turning around. It's in the red today. Was going to take a look to see if BTU is going to hang on. It's hanging on right now, but could start breaking through the support. SPY is trying to hold that VWAP. XOM still into the green today. Not a bad trade there on XOM today. Early on, could have held on for a bigger move. But hey, at the end of the day, we did get some out around the 103s. Can't go wrong there. We'll see what happens in Exxon Mobil if it can continue. Oxy was just trying to rebound now. This one doesn't look too bad to make a play back to 68.70s. Really like this 67 area off the 67.80s, but not going to take in another trade right now. MRO is another one you guys can look to see if it gets through the high of the 28. That's another important level to watch through. And it's been hanging on right now. VLO, see if that kind of gets through the high. SLB, that one looks like it. So it looks like a lot of oil and gas names today leading the SPY. And let's see what else is on the upside in the SPY. I'm going to take a look at some of the biggest moves in the SPY. Of course, Netflix still up, trying to hold there. You got ISRG just going sideways right now. We'll see if it gets through that next level. UAL made a move to 40.25. Has a little bit of a gap zone, but pulling back now. We got Slumberjay. I've already talked about that. Travelers, insurance stock getting another VWAP bounce. I actually like this one. It looks like it's setting up for a move above 173. We'll see if it can hold on. Halliburton, EOG, oil stocks, AAL not having a bad day there. Chevron making some moves up. It seems like we have a theme here. A lot of what you're seeing here is some airlines. You're seeing a lot of oil plays also on here. 8-ball was wrong, Mitch. You're in the dollars. Yeah. Hey, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Can't go wrong there. Did we finally get that big breakout for Sobr? There's the break. Now you're getting it. There's the 338s, 339. We'll get through the 340, get towards the 350s. Let's take a look here. I'll keep watching as we're seeing it. Looks like we're running into another seller up there around the 335s, but it's just been stair-stepping. We'll see if it can actually get through that 340 level. All right, let's keep going. Mullen getting a little bit of a spike out of nowhere. You guys know this stock loves to get a little bit of a spike out of nowhere. It just got one from 23 cents to 29 cents. That's a 24% move. Massive move there for Mullen, trying to get a little bit of a bounce there, get itself going again. This one's been completely destroyed on the downside. All right. There we go. We're going to get into Benzinga Live. That will be coming up next. I'm going to get you guys on over. It seems like it's a little bit slower today, so it might take a little bit to have AB start up. But don't go anywhere, team. We got the Tesla earnings outlook for you coming up on Benzinga Live. And then I will see you guys a little bit later. I will let you guys know as of right now, there is no stock market movers today. I'll repeat, no stock market movers. We were supposed to have a boot camp, so I don't have guests for you. And at the end of the day, I always try to get you some expert opinions, trying to give you guys that expectation and meet the expectations. Today, I didn't think we could meet it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an extended at the close. I will try to get you guys someone to come on at the close and give us some perspective. Of course, you guys can catch me at that show. That's going to start at 3:30. We'll see you over to Benzinga Live. That's coming up next. Hit the thumbs up. We'll see you, like always, right here on the Live Trading with Benzinga. And do us a favor. Let your trading friends know this is where you guys want to hang out and build a trading community. See you next time right here, Benzinga.
Check